Hello guys, here's my audience. In his inaugural speech on January 20th, 1961, President John F. Kennedy said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." There was no retirement benefits for federal elected officials until 1942. Now it can exceed 220,000 per electorate per year. Those who ran for office did so in the beginning because they wanted to make a difference in their country. From our first president, John Hanson, who was the elected delegate during the American Revolution, to George Washington, who is our first president by popular vote, up until our 34th president, Dwight D. Eisenhower. The president did live by what they could do for their country. When the president and the first lady left office, they went home to their original houses and in general went on with their lives and went back to work. Then in 1958, a bill was passed that after the president and the first lady left, they were to receive pensions and other benefits that go along with being a former president. It was a privilege that you were proud to receive if the people wanted you to do so. Therefore, you did not need any incentives in the beginning. The federal pension plan was extended to the legislative branch in January of 1942. It was repealed the following month due to public outcry, and not established again until after the war. There is a stigma on Capitol Hill of corruption. It may either be real or it may be assumed. But from the view of the people, Capitol Hill appears corrupt. This apparent corruption comes from the assumption of the people that those running for public office do not receive these benefits and do not serve the good of the general public. Over the years, the amount of money being paid has simply become more and more, and the depth in which the country pays for men go to support many from well-off families, or the fact that many of them are paid for public appearances. Recently, President Obama put into effect that we are to protect and give certain privileges to the former presidents, their wives, and their children for life. When you enter politics, you know the cost, and you should understand that it is not your right to have everything handed over to you for the rest of your life. Also, if our public servants are to live so well after serving their country, should men and women that serve their country be able to retire without worry of the bills being paid, food on the table, kids' college tuition? Instead, they retire from the military only to find other jobs. It seems to me that our representatives are mocking us in the way they think they should be treated compared to the way that everyone else is. If we did not have benefits and incentives other than payroll for elected officials, people would not run for office for any other reason than the privilege to serve the people. There'd be no more questions of intent, and there'd be no more debate over congressional raises. If there was no such thing as a political career, this country could truly be for the people and by the people. In his farewell address, George Washington warned the people about political parties. Now we see how both Democrats and Republicans together have conspired to reduce Democratic participation.